Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary.
Today on One, GameGob confirms that Namibia is perceived as a corrupt country. Good Samaritans reach out to poverty-stricken family. NBC employees ready to take on management till the bitter end. And hockey prepares for upcoming championships.
Delivering opening remarks at the first cabinet session for the year, President Nakaginkop took on the controversial issue of corruption, which has been dominating media headlines due to the ongoing #Fish Road case. The president reiterated his stance that despite perceptions, corruption is not systemic in Namibia. In a nearly half an hour speech and breaking the new norm of wearing a face mask as he addressed cabinet ministers, Nakaginkop said perceptions have eroded the public's trust in institutions. He pointed to an Afrobarometer report released last month that reveals that Namibia is among the least corrupt countries on the continent.
Report is out, you have it, why don't you use it? It's very interesting. It tells me a lot. The report has been out. None of you are talking about it. Had the report said that Namibia is the most corrupt country, it could have been front page daily NBC. In other sections of the report, where Afrobarometer asked the opinions of residents, the results were different due to the fact that the opinions are based on perceptions. Perceptions are, if you ask a person, for instance, is there corruption in Namibia? You always say yes. That's a perception. Now you have a case, Fish Road, you say yes, it's worse. But do you get service delivered when you want passport or so on by paying money? Namibia is down. And that's systemic. If you have to get service by paying, that is called systemic corruption. I mentioned corruption cases, overcharging, commissions. Yes, that's corruption, but not systemic. But if you ask people, leading question, of course, you say, is Namibia corrupt? They will say yes.
The head of state further urged the ministers to avoid delaying key projects through indecision from fear of being perceived as corrupt. He further emphasized that they should intensify the fight against corruption in order to ensure that funds earmarked for development reaches the intended beneficiaries.
I have always said that if one is not corrupt, then you have nothing to fear and hide. Do your job with clear conscience and do the best of your ability. Let us take the cue from local transport company, which recently reported attempts of bribery to the relevant authorities. This is the level of vigilance required from all of us in order to deal with the scourge of corruption decisively. It is a welcome development because I have said many times that citizens are often afraid to report corruption out of fear of losing their jobs, licenses, and so on. However, we must appreciate that Namibians paid the ultimate sacrifice for our independence. Those who were fighting were not saying, I'm not going to fight because I'll lose my life. They sacrificed, suffered. That's why we're independent. And I said, if you want to fight corruption, you must also sacrifice your contracts. Report it.
On the economic front, he said the second Harambee Prosperity Plan will be launched later this year, which will outline measures aimed at encouraging investment and a better business environment, as well as key projects as an intervention to stimulate the economy.
I am an original.
There's nobody
Like me, I'm Robin, and my confidence is perfect fitting lingerie.
I am Marsha, and my confidence is being exactly who I am.
I'm Theodora, and my confidence is knowing my worth.
It's time to love your underwear, to love yourself.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
A family caught in the merciless grip of poverty recently received donations from Good Samaritans through the No to Gender-Based Death and Violence initiative. In Okriangava's Lieta informal settlement lives a family facing a tough humanitarian crisis. Dire circumstances have led this family to search a nearby riverbed for leaves, which they boil and consume. At least that's how they used to live until Good Samaritans donated much-needed food items as well as a mattress and blankets through the No to Gender-Based Death and Violence initiative.
Thank you to the people who donated these items to us. Jesus will also bless you the same way you blessed me.
I need a new identity card because the one I had was destroyed in a fire along with my children's birth certificates. I need these documents to apply for grants from the government.
There might just be a light at the end of the tunnel for this family. Efforts to obtain copies of identity documents for them are underway.
I'm a grade 7 pupil at Bet El Primary School. I want to finish school and become a police officer to support my mom and dad.
I want to finish my school, get a job, and help my parents.
This living condition here, this woman has about 12 children, grandchildren, and persons staying in this small shack that you can see here on the bare floor with no food to eat. You can see the pot, what they are cooking, and I'm sure these leaves were taken from the riverbed just for them to have something to eat.
Many families in Windhoek's informal settlements share a similar fate. But with initiatives such as the No to Gender-Based Death and Violence, they too could be pulled out of the merciless clutches of poverty.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
Enjoy these fantastic payday savings at Clicks until 10 February. Buy Clicks 2-ply toilet paper 18 rolls, $89.99 per pack. Buy Pampers New Baby or Baby Dry Disposable Nappies Jumbo Pack, now $241.99 per pack. And buy Nivea Body Lotions and Creams, 400 mils 2 for $79. Buy Lifebuoy Soap, 175 grams 3 for $30. Clicks. Feel good, pay less.
Employees of the national broadcaster, the Namibia Broadcasting Corporation, NBC, held another peaceful demonstration at its headquarters in an attempt for the corporation's management to receive their petition in person. To the employees' surprise, the petition was already given to management by the Rundu branch manager. NBC employees marched to the headquarters during their lunch hour to express their discontent with the way negotiations went between management and their union, the Namibian Public Workers Union, NAPU. According to its employees, the reason the management has not received their petition in person is that an NBC manager in Rundu already sent the document to the chairperson without consulting with the rest of the striking workers.
The chairperson of the board won't be here today. Okay. Reason being that he is already in possession of our petition. How? Can I please talk? So apparently he's already in position of our petition, whereby he don't see a need of him coming here to come and receive our petition. So, but the issue here is apparently this petition came from Rundu, Tatemuyenga to be specific. So, but the instruction which was there is that this demonstration is across, so across the whole NBC. The instruction which was there is that the petition will be handed over here at the head office. Regions were only mandated just to demonstrate, whereby some of the manager leaked this thing. He was not supposed to send that.
The frustrated employees expressed their disappointment in the Rundu manager and vowed to take the measures a step further and hand over the petition to the Minister of Information and Communication Technology, Pea Mushelenga.
From here, what we are going to do is we are going to take it up with the appointing authority. Yes. So, what I'm saying, the handing over is going to take place now. We are going to take it to the appointing authority, which is the minister, to go and receive this petition. Because why we wanted him to be here is for us to read this petition, for the media also to get this information or message. Because now what is going around, where they are trying to defend themselves over the money which they pay themselves apparently legal, which we are claiming it was done in the other way around.
NAPU Deputy Secretary General added that they want to meet with the MBC management on the 3rd of February 2021.
The manager in Rundu handed over the petition to the chairperson, to the board chairperson. But that's not the problem. The problem is to negotiate. So I talked to your chairperson today, yeah, for us to continue. The board will meet on Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock here. The board will come and have a meeting on the subject matter. Our meeting will be on Wednesday in the afternoon with the negotiating team.
MBC management has proposed a once-off payment to the workers worth 7.6 million Namibian dollars, which means that every worker will get an amount between 10,000 to 20,000 Namibian dollars.
The Namibia Statistics Agency is busy with census mapping, a prephase for the main population and housing census to be conducted in 2021. Census mapping aims to demarcate the entire Namibia into uniquely defined units of enumeration areas to provide an accurate national geographic frame to conduct census. To find out more, go online to watch the second edition of Conversations with the NSA on Thursday, the 4th of February, as from 1 p.m. Broadcast on all social media pages of the NSA, as well as One Africa TV and 99FM social media pages. Play your part. Be counted.
A busy schedule awaits the Namibia hockey teams this year, with championships such as the Under-20 Male and Female World Cup qualifiers, the Under-21 World Cup, Indoor AFCON qualifier, and the National Indoor League set to start in February. Hockey Namibia recently had trials scheduled for the Indoor Senior Women's Hockey team to select the squad that will represent Namibia at the Indoor AFCON qualifier games. Senior Women's Hockey team coach Erwin Handura acknowledged that the trials were competitive as all players were focused on securing a place into the team.
So we also selected the women's outdoor squad, but we're just waiting for the union also to announce those teams. Yeah, so as you can see, we've been very busy. January was a very busy month for indoor hockey and for outdoor hockey. Like I said, under 21 teams, men and women, to go to the Junior World Cup qualifier. And then we had the men's senior men and women outdoor teams that will be going to the AFCON qualifier. This tournament will be scheduled now. It was initially in February in Ghana, in Zimbabwe, but now it's moved to the 1st and the 10th of May. From the 1st to the 10th, from the 1st to the 9th of May, it will be in Harare. So yes, so we've been very busy, but it's good. I think it's good. Then we have the National Indoor League, which is starting around the 12th of February as well. The trials were quite very competitive because the players knew already last year, because last year we never stopped. The Indo World Cup qualifier was scheduled for last year in June in South Africa. Then it was moved to September, so we kept on training. From September it was moved, they told us it would be then this year. So we never stopped training, we just continued. And in December we also had a training camp for indoor as well. And then when the players went off for like 3.5 weeks recess, they still had to run on their own. They still had to go to the biokinetics to do strength and conditioning. So we really never stopped from 2019 when we started. In October 2019 is when we started. So we trained the whole of 2020, and now we are 2021, we are still continuing training.
Handura further entrusted his youthful team to produce results at the Indo AFCON qualifiers, which are set to take place in Durban, South Africa in April.
I still have a good team. The team is very good. Our teams in Namibia are very young. So people were asking me, why are the Namibian women's hockey or men's team so young? Because the juniors, all these kids players that are in schools from 18 years and under, they play an average between 30 and 40 league games or competitive games per year. And then you have seniors that's playing maybe between 10 and 15 games per year. So it means a player that's playing more games will be in better condition, will be in a better mind state than a senior that's only playing club hockey without any fear. Because these kids play school hockey, they play club hockey, the schools go on tour. You understand? They have schools competitions, schools tournaments. Now, you see, it means they play more. I looked again, we had the youngest team at the World Cup 2018. We were the only representative from Africa. My average age was 21.4. But we managed from the 6 games to win 2, we've drawn 2 and lost 2. So this time again, the team was still going to be young. Our team will always going to be young because of the younger players are more exposed to competitions than the senior players.
The final squad to represent Namibia at the AFCON indoor qualifiers in South Africa has been selected as Coach Handura awaits for the official announcement of the team from the union.
When you're saying things that degrade women, for me, number one, I am not there because that is basically what I don't believe in. I don't stand for things that degrade women.
What do you think we can add? What can we put in the basket? First of all, let's put Blossom back in the basket.
Look at the person like that, man. Let's do a song.
Let's do something.
Just
let's
like
collaborate.
Let's collaborate.
The Africans were claiming us.
Yes, exactly. To the rest of the world, they belong to us. Namibia, Baba, Namibia.
I'll help you carry on.
Creating music and putting some stuff out for the people who've been supporting me, that's definitely something that's next on my list.
In other leading stories, the Government Institutions Pension Fund GIPF has announced a temporary suspension of the fund's biometric verification process due to COVID-19 regulations. The fund urges those who receive monthly benefits to not be alarmed as the suspension will not affect payments of their benefits. Manager for Annuities, Ignatius Maniando, said that with the new strain of COVID-19 looming and the alarming increase in cases, the GIPF has taken the decision to protect all members, especially the vulnerable stakeholders such as pensioners. The biometrics verification system identifies a person by comparing a person's thumbprint to information stored on a database. Since the verification process is touch-based, the decision was taken in the interest of the health and safety of the GIPF staff and that of its members. And the CEO of Telecom Namibia, Dr. Stanley Shanapinda, commenced with a CEO's Roadshow 2021 under the theme A New Way to a Digital Future. The CEO addressed members of his staff by expressing that it will no longer be business as usual at Telecom Namibia. Shanapinda kicked off his roadshow by sharing his vision for TN by hosting a face-to-face meeting with 50 employees at the PC Center, while the rest of the over 1,000 employees across Namibia received the message through using a web-based conferencing tool. With the ability that comes through digital transformation, employees from all over the country were able to engage with the CEO in a two-way dialogue to share in TN's reimagined dream. In his first 100 days, Shanapinda said he plans to disrupt the ICT market with products and services that cater to the needs of customers, emphasizing that customer centricity is key. The company has identified new ways to sell, to do business, to grow revenues, to enhance shareholder value, to engage employees and stakeholders. The CEO urged all employees to do their part in order to achieve Telecom's ultimate mission of providing superior solutions and experience to its customers.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. The heads of state of Namibia and Botswana recently spoke out against the unequal distribution of the COVID-19 vaccine around the globe. Most developed countries have started to vaccinate their populations against the coronavirus, leaving Africa behind. Obert said Namibia is a rich country as it has diamonds and uranium, but corruption remains a challenge. Offer said the year is 2021 and Africa is still dependent on Europe for its needs. Eric said Masisi should be the leader of both countries. Namibia Broadcasting Corporation employees embarked on a peaceful demonstration last week after no agreement was reached over wage negotiations with management. The workers were further enraged that management rewarded themselves bonuses worth $5.4 million. Elias said, "Where is the country headed to with people hiding funds?" and asked why people are becoming greedy. Jacob said government should take a look at the state-owned enterprise. Elvis said they are better when compared to those who work for the Chinese. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on to DN1.
I'm feeling so bad because of I have been arrested. We are trying to sell to provide our kids with food, but the police, they come to arrest us.
I was literally apprehended in Independence Avenue. I mean, there was no prior communications with the police or with Bonn or Benga Namibia. These guys literally just apprehended us on surprise.
And when you are talking in a manner that is exaggerated about brutality in this country, I should ask you in which country you live.
Yes, I can confirm that indeed there were 2 cell phones that were found after a search was conducted at the cells that the Fish Road accused us staying.
Do you understand the amount of money that the government has spent on the fight against COVID-19? Could they have spent 300 million on tracing people and managing people? Is that even possible?
In a time of uncertainty, false news, and fear, learn on. While the world scrambles to make new sense, while the experts turn around in circles, trying to find their way back to tomorrow, learn on. When classrooms become empty cathedrals and the trees start to bear answers, learn on. Learn on. Until every parent is a teacher and every teacher is a mentor. Learn on until you cross the boundaries of your mind, until you grow eyes and sprout wings. My friend, learn on sidewalks, on the floor, at the neighbors, in the market, in hallways, in churches, under trees, at kitchen tables, in riverbeds. Learning doesn't only happen between four walls. Learning happens in the small space of your enormous, beautiful mind. Start where you are. Use what you have. Learn on one. Invite learning in.
A look at the weather forecast. The Namibia interior is sunny and hot in the west, otherwise partly cloudy and hot to very hot with a few thunder showers in the Omaheke and Kavango East regions, but isolated thunder showers in the Zambezi region. The coast partly cloudy and cool to warm with fog patches, and the wind light northwesterly to moderate southwesterly. Now we'll look at minimum and maximum temperatures across the country and beyond.
Let's talk about the coronavirus outbreak here in Africa. How do you get people to regularly wash their hands when water is scarce? How do you get people to work from home when majority of Africans work in the informal sector?
People are dying and suffering.
More importantly, how do you get a vibrant and dynamic continent to stop in its tracks? Welcome to The Breakdown, BBC Africa's COVID-19 special program, helping you make sense of the crisis.
On BBC World News, the biggest African and international